In 2024, with the 52nd overall pick, the Golden State Warriors took a chance on a kid out of Boston College with incredible upside and potential, and his name is Quinten Post. Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today I'm going to be talking about Quinten Post. I'm going to give you my full thoughts on Quinten Post for the now and the future. We're going to go over some things that he really excels at, as well as some other things that he really needs to improve on. And I think the perfect place for us to start is going to be what everybody knows Quinten Post for at this point, and that's going to be his incredible shooting ability. Now, on the season, Quinten Post is shooting 41.5% from three, and if we break down his three-point shooting a little bit more, he shoots 43% on catch and shoot threes on 4.5 attempts, 41% above the break, and 46% from the right corner. I think he's shooting like 38% from the left corner, but the right corner is where he really excels at. He's got a super fast and good-looking jump shot. Most 7-footers have a really awkward-looking jump shot, or their form isn't great, but Post has really great form, and he has a crazy fast release. And to kind of show you how good he's shooting as a big man from three, Kristaps Porzingis, Miles Turner, and Nikola Jokic in their career are only now shooting 40% for the first time in their careers this season. And of course, the NBA has changed throughout time, and his role is very different to these other guys, but it just shows you how good he's shooting for a rookie as a big man. And my absolute favorite part about his shooting ability is that super fast release, like I mentioned, but what comes with that he brings is that no dip three. The no dip three is something that can be very effective in today's game, being able to catch the ball high and not bring it back down, just being able to keep the ball at the top and releasing it from the top. So now I've given you these 3-point shooting numbers and specific things about his shooting ability that I like. So now I want to talk to you about how he gets these 3-point shots, because this is what really intrigues me. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button. It really does help out a lot, and it don't take very long. He's really fit into the Warriors offense very well, and he gets these shots in the flow of the offense. One of the most effective ways that Post has been able to get open and get good shots is through dribble handoffs. A lot of these times when he's involved in the dribble handoff actions, he's going to roll to the basket after the handoff, or he's popping back up above the break or to the corner for a three. And then another way that he's been able to get shots has been setting off-ball screens and then popping back out to that 3-point line. From what I've watched in those dribble handoff actions, he goes to the basket more as a roller, but there are times where he still definitely does pop out to that 3-point line. And of course, he gets a lot of great shots from just sitting in the corner. Quinten Post is a guy that does a really great job at being available and showing his body and showing his hands and showing his teammates that he is open. And the guy that's really helped out Quinten Post and that he has helped out as well is going to be Jimmy Butler. Ever since Jimmy Butler has gotten to the team, we know Jimmy is a guy that's going to get to the basket. That was something that the Warriors were really missing throughout this season especially. So with Jimmy getting to the basket and down through these driving lanes, it's opened a lot of really great shots for Quinten Post. So with Jimmy going through these driving lanes and kicking it back out, Quinten Post has been a great beneficiary. And even though Jimmy Butler has only been on the team for 20-some games, he has assisted Quinten Post on his 3-point shots more than anybody else on the team. Quinten Post has been able to show off that he's actually a very high IQ player, being able to adapt to the Warriors offense early in his career. As we know, players that are rookies or even coming over in free agency or through trades have really struggled adapting to the Warriors offense, and Quinten Post has been able to adjust very quickly. And in college, Quinten Post wasn't shooting at the crazy volume that he is shooting at today. And how most guys are whenever they're drafted to the NBA, Quinten Post was really that guy for Boston College. He's openly spoke about the difficulties of being the guy at Boston College to just being a guy on the Golden State Warriors and how different his role is. And whenever he was in college, he was a facilitator. He was getting to the basket, a post-up guy. He'd shoot open threes if he could, but he was really just the guy. He was the main focal point of the offense. And now he's really found his role in Steve Kerr's system, and that's really just a spot-up shooter. He is more than just a spot-up shooter, but his main role is a shooter. Of course, it's happened before where players come in Steve Kerr's system and still do get post touches, but as of right now, it's not a better shot than what Jimmy Dre and Steph can create in the flow of the Warriors offense. I mean, the guy was the 2023 ACC Most Improved Player, and he's done nothing but get better at every single level. Now, real quick, something on the offensive side that he definitely needs to work out and get improved, and that's going to be his finishing ability. Like I mentioned, he doesn't get that many opportunities to post up and go to work because the Warriors could get much better shots than what Quinten Post is going to get on a hook shot. But in college, we got to see Quinten Post really get downhill and work on the inside, so we know that he has it in his game. And now this is the big thing about Quinten Post. We're going to talk about the defense now. But before I talk about any specific points, I want to just mention that he doesn't need to be this incredible defender right now. The good thing about it is they do have Kevon Looney and Draymond Green, so if they're in a series or situations that they need defenders to guard big men, or if they just need a big man to play good defense in general, they could just put Kevon Looney in the game or have Draymond Green guard their 1A guy in the post. So he's in a really good situation where he doesn't need to be this incredible defender because he doesn't need to play. The Warriors don't need him. It's just really nice that they happen to get him. So obviously they're gonna maximize what he is and what he can be. And I said the same thing for Zachary Risache when it comes to his ball handling. He's in a really good situation to where he can get set up right now and just keep working on that 3-point shot and work on the ball handling on the back end. So in the future, he'll be more prepared to be a ball handler. It's going to be like the same thing with Quinton Post. As of right now, he is not this incredible defender, but whenever he gets a real NBA offseason under his belt, he could come back and really be a solid defender. And a lot of people, when they're talking about Quinton Post, they only think about the now. He is 25. He's a older rookie, but you got to remember he is a rookie at the end of the day. So he's going to have flaws and there's going to be things about his game that you don't love. But like I mentioned, I think a full NBA offseason could really do him well. Now, some things on the defensive side that I actually really like. I think as a post-up defender in the paint, he's actually solid. And he's shown off a solid ability to block shots. And I actually think he's a pretty good help defender. The main thing about his help defense that I don't love and about his defense's general is he is not the most disciplined guy on the defensive side. There are times where he reaches in too much, where he gets a little too aggressive, where he helps over too much with guys that don't necessarily need help. And also a lot of his fouls are really unnecessary and that can really be cleaned up. And that's just a thing that he's got to get with time, just being a more disciplined defender. And like I mentioned earlier, his defense was really bad earlier in the season, but he has gotten better throughout the season. And I've heard a lot of people say that he's a very willing to learn kind of guy. So he's in a great situation with Draymond Green, Steph Curry, and all these, and Kevon Looney, to where he can learn. And there was an example against the Bucks the other day where in the third quarter, in the second half really especially, Post was really struggling on the defensive end, really getting lost all the time, and you could see that Draymond was getting upset with him. But he didn't take it no kind of way. You could tell that, you know, he understood that he was at fault, and that's exactly what you want out of a guy. If he's making mistakes, he wants to be coachable, and Quinton Post is definitely extremely coachable. And then we'll just give Draymond some love real quick. We're talking about a first ballot Hall of Famer. We're talking about one of the greatest defensive players this game has ever seen. So having Draymond as a mentor and also somebody that can help cover up his mistakes is definitely something that's going to help Post out in the future and the now. And now I kind of just want to give the Warriors a little bit of love. They have just been so incredible since the Jimmy Butler trade. And last night, Curry with the 52 bomb, 12 threes. I mean, oh my gosh, it doesn't get any more fun than that. And Jokic had a 60-point triple-double last night. Like, basketball last night was peak. Quinton Post didn't really do anything special against the Grizzlies last night, but they did use him against Zach Edey really well. In the second half, there was a period where Zach Edey checked in, and then Quinton Post, they sent him out there right immediately just as another big body. So the Warriors just having another really tall, big body, 7-footer that they can throw out on the floor if they need to is just a really great piece to have. You want to talk about a value pick? This is one hell of a value pick because it's a 52nd overall pick. If he doesn't ever become this incredible defender, and if he ends up out of the league because all he can do is shoot the ball, whatever. He's a 52nd overall pick. He's not supposed to be a great player. So huge shout out to the Warriors front office and scouting department because they did a great job with this pick. He's definitely a diamond in the rough gem kind of guy. If he can really just lock in on that defensive side and keep shooting the ball the way he is, which honestly, there are some guys when they're shooting 41%, you're like, this is not sustainable at all. The way that he is shooting 41%, it's extremely sustainable in my opinion. We could definitely see seasons where he drops down a little bit to that higher 30%, like 38%, 37%. But I can definitely see him shooting 40% for multiple seasons throughout his career and hopefully most of his career. There are going to be things that I missed out, of course, on this video. I'm not a Warriors fan. I don't watch an extreme amount of Warriors games as much as I do enjoy watching the Warriors play. Like, diehard Warriors fans have definitely watched more hours and more minutes of him playing than I have. So to y'all, I probably missed a few things, but if you really care that much, just go make your own video about it. And that's really all I have to talk about for Quinton Post and the Warriors today, so we can get to some after show, you know, relaxing stuff. And if you're not aware, the last segment of every video is the comment of the day. So if you want to be the comment of the day, all you have to do is comment down below literally anything you want about basketball, sports, life, a question, statement, topic, anything you want. And my favorite comment from the previous video is the comment of the day. I'll give you a shout out, put your comment up on the screen, shout out in the description, all that stuff. YouTube has not been very kind to me over the last couple weeks, so we do not have not a very typical comment of the day, but a very kind comment of the day from Mr. Christian Snell. Holy underrated channel, please keep up the content, dog. Those are the kind of comments that I really appreciate, man. Like I said, YouTube has not been very nice to me over the last couple weeks, so there's comments like that, they really do mean a lot to me right now, so really thank you, brother. Typically, of course, our comment of the day it'd be great if we had a real question or a topic that we could talk about for a few minutes, but this is what we got to work with, and I'm very grateful that this is what we have to work with instead of a hate comment or something like that. So again, thank you very much, friend. I appreciate you. And now the last thing I want to talk about before we get up out of here is any video ideas y'all got. If there is any video that you want me to make, just comment down below. Because if I, like, people have asked me to make videos in the past before and I haven't made those videos. It's like, when y'all ask me to make these videos, like, I try. Like, a guy asked me to make a Dorian Finney-Smith video. I really honed in on Dorian Finney-Smith for a while, but it was like I just struggled to come up with enough things that I can make a full video about it. And there were times where I just didn't care. So if you comment something down below that I'm like actually interested in and something that I would like to make a video about, I will happily make that video for you. So any ideas you got, just drop it down below. And if I like your idea and if I'm interested and have passion in the topic, I will happily make that video for you. Any ideas I have to see if y'all like anything I got. The Jazz, that's one I definitely want to make. Modest Buzelis, the MVP race, I really want to talk about Jokic and Shea. And then like the Pistons or the Clippers, what I think about the Clippers, I don't know. If any of those are intriguing to you at all, just let me know in the comments and I'll make that video for you. Last thing, shout out to Carmelo Anthony, man. Hall of Famer. They just announced it this morning that Melo is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So we got the OKO Carmelo Anthony jersey back here. So a lot of love to Carmelo Anthony. Huge shout out to Melo, the real Melo. And, you know, shout out to AI too while we're at it. You know, he's up here anyways. You know, big shout out to Dirk and Giannis too for holding it down back here. 2 episodes in a row where they're holding it down. But yeah, that's all I got to talk about today. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the like, the sub, turn on post notifications if you want to be the first person to see a video. Leave a comment down below about, you know, the video or a video topic or comment of the day. There's plenty of things that you could comment about. But yeah, I really appreciate you staying to the end of the video. Thank you. So I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace out.